What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Sad Boy Slaps. This is Captain Mingo here from the Jersey Devils. And if you would like to join the MetaZoo Empire, I highly recommend it because we're going to be doing a giveaway. I'll link the Instagram down below. But if you like our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification to stay up to date on all of our videos. In today's video, I am going to be doing a deck profile on the deck I took to the Long Beach Collecticon tournament. I got 21st place. I won 5 games, lost 3 matches. I'll talk about that right now. But we finally hit 100 subscribers on the channel, so I thought I'd do a fun little giveaway. And let me know down in the comments if you guys think the giveaway should be 2 Roperites for 1 person, or 2 individual people can get a Caster Cup promo Roperite. And I will be doing a bunch of smaller giveaways with these dice. Shout out to Nick. If you want to get your hands on some of these dice, I will link Droobies. That's where you can get them from. But they're just status counters. I'm going to be giving a couple of these away out on the channel too, which is pretty cool. And I'll be giving away a couple MetaZoo merch here. Again, shout out to Nick. He makes these. He's located at Droobies. And I'll be doing a couple giveaways for these little statues here too. So let me know down in the comments if you guys want just 1 person to get 2 of these, or 2 individual people to get these for the giveaway also. I don't know if I should do like 1 big giveaway or just a bunch of small stuff, but without further ado, let's get into what I took there. Now, I took dragons there, and honestly, they did it a lot better than I thought, and it made me confident in this meta. Personally, I think that they're unstoppable. Realistically, I'm going to be taking this to the tournament in Marietta at Cardboardia in 2 weeks, so be ready for that. But I'm going to be changing this build up drastically. I saw how this deck could play even better, which is insane because of how good it already did. But let's get into it. First, we're going to start off with 2 fire crystals. This is just good because we have a bunch of big beasties, and this lets us combo off on those big beasties early and bring them out. I play 2 Prism Aura. As of why, it's because I side deck Hateful Demise, but I might be changing that pretty soon and use these for something else. And then I am playing 8 Fire Aura. So a total of 10 Aura and 2 Fire Crystals, so 12 Aura. Or, yeah, 12 cards that produce Aura. Next, we will get into the monsters here. We're going to get into Griddle, Greaser Pete. Now, this card is a lot better than I thought. At first, when I was playing with him, I thought, oh, okay, he's a cool little card. He's not, like, too good, but after playing with him, putting 7 burn on someone, or being able to just come in, swing 40 at someone, or if you're going against water, getting that extra 20, even though I'm fire, this guy comes in clutch a lot more than I thought, and I would say he's a staple of this deck. I absolutely love him in here, and I'm glad that he's a 2 of and not a 1 of, because he is really, really good. So put these to the side. Sorry about that. Next, I would say the MVP of this deck. I'm probably going to bump these guys up. I ran 6 Skysnake. Now, Skysnake is insane. The combos you can do in this deck with Skysnake are ridiculous, and this is why I think this deck is going to be meta, and it doesn't really have a counter. It can handle anything you throw at it, which is insane. But if you throw a paper airplane, or if you saw something fly during the game, he does plus 10 damage. So he hits for 50 with 3 burn, and he's a 2-drop, right? And if we have sun out, if we have the daytime out, he's hitting for 70. And there's a little combo that we can do in here too to even further that. Where is it? No, that's the destruction spells. We can use coming in hot to make this guy 90, or if we have sun out, 110, and he comes out and hits whatever he needs to hit and takes out. It's nasty. So that's why I really like Skysnake. He's also flying, so we can't get flood the earth, which is really nice. And if someone's already burned, or if something's already burned, when we contract him, we get to do 20 damage to that, which is pretty cool. We don't really use that effect as much, but it's a nice little neat old effect. Next, we play both copies of Piazza Bird. Piazza Bird. It makes our spells cost 1 less, which is pretty nice. He's a flying beast, he has 90 health, hits for 75. This one hits for 60, but it does 6 burn counters, which is really nice, so I like it for that. He's another big hitter. The way this deck really wants to operate is we have a bunch of big dragons, and dragons are big, so they hit for a lot. And to back up the dragons, we have all of this removal right here. So this deck can operate without having a board wipe because it has this much destruction. I would say this deck's playstyle is destruction control. Next, we got 2 Gassy to cycle our spells. We got 1 Iowa Dragon and 1 Tombstone. Honestly, I might cut out Iowa Dragon. It's nice that he does a spread burn, but I'd rather have more of these guys. Both of them do 50 damage, but this one's a 2-drop and this one's a 4-drop. I'd rather have more of these to spam out, but he does have more life, so I'll have to play test with that, but as of right now, this is the build. Like I said, I'm going to be changing this even more, and it's going to evolve even stronger, but this is... I don't know what to say about it. It's too strong. That's it for the monsters. Let's get into the spells. I'm going to start off with the destruction spells. I have them cited over here. I'm going to be changing up these ratios like I said, but right now I'm running 4 explosions. I will always keep this at 4 because this card helped me a lot. In my fearsome critter matchup, I was able to blow up a rope right and then a Gumbrew. So if you're going against fearsome, this targets 2 cards. Yeah, it blows up whatever you need to get it, honestly. It does 60 damage to something too if you just don't want to target 2 things. We play 3 fireball. I'm thinking about cutting this down to 2 and adding 1 more jack-o'-lantern. Well, not 1 more. I don't run jack-o'-lantern, but I'd like to run jack-o'-lantern. That way we have something that does 75 damage because that's pretty nice. And we got 2 unholy fire. So this right here is our board wipe. The way you play this deck is you want to let your opponent play out all of their resources. They're going to bring out all of their monsters, everything. Like, okay, we're going against Cosmic, right? I'm going to wait until you bring out your Fresno. I'm going to explosion your Fresno and then deal 10 damage to something else and burn it, right? Then they bring out their next Fresno. Boom, explosion it. Now you don't have to worry about Fresno at all for the rest of the game unless they necromancy it. But even if they do, like, we run this much removal for that, which is pretty nice. And like I said, I'm going to change the ratios on the destruction, but I really liked the way this played. It handled well. Lightning, it had a really good matchup. I did lose to Metacracks. Shout out to him. He was playing Lightning, and he was able to out-resource me with Necromancy, but that's why I'm going to be adding in Dampen, because I'm running 2 Prismoras. Why not run Dampen? Because, yeah, if he wouldn't have Necromancied, I would have out-resourced him, but he just stretched it to where I couldn't come back from that, which was well played. And, my other matchup was against Lightning again, but I lost to time on that one. We went into game 3 right on turn 0, so he was just able to bring something out and do 40 damage to me, and I lost to that, which sucked because I was really confident in that game. And my other game, I lost to Cosmic because I could not draw any aura for the life of me. I went 5 turns without drawing aura, which was crazy. This deck handles ice extremely well. I know Ice won that tournament, but this can 100% counter Ice. Like, this gives Ice not a chance whatsoever. Oh, they're gonna Icy Path. Well, then I'm just gonna play my monsters 1-ofs, so then I can't have it crash into anything. It's just gonna be that one monster attacking, and then all of this removal for whatever they bring out. Yeah, they can bring out an Omni-Cook, but all of our monsters have flying, so they can't really hit it. And if they bring out Jack Frost or Poma, yeah, any of these spells will take that out easily, so that's pretty neat about it. This deck is able to handle Loveland Lockdown. I was able to be a Loveland Lockdown build with this. which is insane to me because water's this deck's biggest weakness, and that made me actually really proud that I was able to handle something like that with this. Next, we will get into our regular spells. We're running one New Year's New Beginnings because we can dump our hand whenever we need to replenish it if we have cards we don't need, because we could dump any of these cards into the cemetery because we have Gassy. Keep that in mind. So that's pretty neat. I am thinking about adding Hell's Gate into here just so that we could get our Gassies back, but we're running 2 bookmarks. This is our only draw power. We're main decking 2 first anniversary celebrations. This deck can actually operate really well with main decking it because we're playing Coming in Hot. We play this, we do 25 damage to something, we nullify the traits, and then we can play Coming in Hot to bring out our Skysnakes in, awakened and able to take out whatever we need to. This situation came up a lot where first year anniversary celebration, coming in hot into Skysnake, and then I'll just kill Quetz because he's tacking for 90. And if I didn't have this, I would Toxic Water, coming in hot, and then just take out Quetz. Like, if you're going against Cosmic, you can come in hot to do their to take out their Crawfield monster, I think, the one that lets you see their hand, because he has 90 health. This is a one-shot to that. This answers a lot. I'm gonna bump this up, honestly. This card's too good to just have at 2. Not only that, but if we have Gassy out, we can use Coming in Hot from the grave, which is insane. Next, 2 Dragon's Rise. I was running this at 3. I did cut down on my bigger dragons. I'm only running 4 big dragons, I would say, because Skysnakes do what they need to do, honestly, and Coming in Hot is a better version of Dragon Rise for Skysnake. This is really good for Gassy, Iowa Dragon, any of my bigger dragons this is perfect for, and that's why I just keep this at 2. If we have Gassy, we can attack Fireball for free, which is a combo that I did really nice. And one more thing about this deck is if we have Gassy out, right, don't forget we can Explosion our opponents to chip down their life points even faster. So we can attack with all of our dragons, and then if we have like 6 aura, we could explode. If we have 3 explosions in the grave, we can Explosion 3 times, we can Fireball. Like, this deck has a lot of chip damage to just make sure we mow through our opponent. But that's it for the spells. Now let's get into the side deck. I did not want to lose to Cosmic at all today for the tournament, so I know they have that win con. I brought Destroy Terra just because Quetz attacks for 90, yes, but there's a couple of our monsters that can survive a 40 attack first strike from a Quetz as long as they don't have their Lightning Storm out, so we run this. Also, there's a matchup where Cosmic was going for that win con, and I just blew up 2 of their Terra so they couldn't go for the win con, which is pretty nice. So 2 Destroy Terra, I like it. Definitely 2 Toxic Water. I'm even thinking about main decking this because basically, let's face it, every deck now has something with a trait, whether it be Flying, Spirit, or Burrow, and this is the removal to it. Next, the MVP 3 null spell. Fun fact, something that I learned during the tournament that was actually really nice. Null spell, the reason why I'm playing this at 3, shuts down Grays for 2 turns, for 2 of its opponent's turns. So use null spell when they try to contract a Gray for free. They can't contract any cards for 0 cost anymore. For their turn, your turn, then at the end of their turn. So this card stuns them for a while, and this just completely shuts down Grays, period. Not only that, but it shuts down Aurifacts and potions. So this has a lot of versatility, that's why I like it. It can get clunky at 4, I would say 3 is perfect. You could even get away with running this at 2, honestly. Next, we've run the 1 Area 51. I love this card, honestly. Bring out your Skysnakes with Fleet, and then just pop this out. Now your opponent has to pay 5 for a Quetz, otherwise it's confused. This card's funny, I love it. And it gives all of our dragons a good boost, but I am planning on putting the Daytime Terra in here now. Ground Shift, I was scared of Jet Blue Strike. Surprisingly, I did not face 1 Lightning player that played it, so this card was kind of useless. I didn't really need it at all. But hey, at least we were prepared for our weakness, right? And that's all it's about. Say I'm a fire. I'm actually really sad. The second copy came during the tournament, so I was only able to play with one. Luckily, I didn't face as much water as I thought, but this card is the best fire card. If you are playing dragons, I highly recommend you get at least 2 of these, because this takes out anything. Let me read it to you actually. It's a spell, it's 1 fire, 1 neutral. Target beastie or artifact loses stone skin. That page takes an additional 30 damage from spells that dealt damage to that page until the end of this turn. Oh, until the end of their next turn, which is pretty nice. So we can use this and Fireball. So we can 3-drop kill a crab, because he has stone skin, and he only halves damage during combat, which is pretty nice. This is outside of combat. We can use this plus explosion to take out a Wahili. I think actually a regular... we don't need this to take out a Wahili, just a toxic water and an explosion. But we can use this and explosion to take out a Reptoid Ruler, which is pretty nice, because Wahili, we get that plus 20 bonus damage because he's ice anyways. But there's a lot of decks that actually have boss monsters with stone skin that I noticed, and this takes out a majority of them. That 30 extra damage does matter, because like I said, if we're hitting for explosion with 60, this makes it 90 now if it has stone skin on it. So really like that card. Highly recommend it. Next, we're playing 2 Heatwave. I love Heatwave. Honestly, I want to main deck this. There's situations where my opponent had the board just spammed and I needed to take out certain monsters, but they left monsters to defend. Well, this fatigues all of them and you can hit the targets you need to after. So if you guys don't know, Heatwave destroys an Ice Terra if able, and fatigue all opposing beasties. All casters lose 100 life points. And this page costs 2 fire aura to contract if desert is active, which is pretty nice. Just being able to fatigue all of our monsters and taking out what we need to take out is super crucial to this deck, because it kind of does play control heavy, but hey, I can't argue with that. You're allowed 3 of these, which is crazy, but I find that 2 is enough. Just breaking my opponent's board at least twice usually stops them. I played 1 seafood barbecue just for crab. I actually did not face any crabs whatsoever, so we can use seafood barbecue to search any fire spell from our deck, which is pretty nice. We can use it for that instead if we don't choose it, but it's kind of expensive because he's a 4-drop to search a 2-drop spell, but it is very crucial. If we don't have any spells, we could just search it out, which is nice. Next, I was main decking 2 Hateful Demise. Honestly, this never came up. I never side decked this because this deck can handle quests without Hateful Demise, so I'm going to take these out and add something else because space is limited in this deck, but yeah, it's very scary just because, like I said, this deck waits for your opponent to play out all of their monsters and you destroy everything they bring out. You break their board and then you bring out your monsters that they can't handle later when all of their monsters are wiped out. So it doesn't really give anything a chance, honestly. Like, I went against a light elemental deck and I just fireballed and explosioned every fire elemental they brought, or light elemental they brought out. Versus Cosmic, like I said, all you got to do is take out their Fresno Night Crawlers realistically. And then Sky Dragons, or Sky Snakes hit Lizard People. They do 50 damage, so they automatically just take out Lizard People. It's pretty nasty. But yeah, just to remind you guys again, to do the giveaway, I will be giving these away out. All you have to do is like the video and subscribe to my Instagram page, MetaZoo Empire, and I will be doing the giveaway probably next week. I'll do the results. I'm still debating whether if I want to give both of these away or not, but until next time, guys, peace.